Coach Little here to talk about our upcoming week of practices, and which will actually be our fourth week, and a week I'm excited for because it's the first time we're going to try something new and something different. Uh, sort of calling this our stay at home team camp from Monday through Thursday, August 2nd through the 5th. We're going to have our varsity team there from 9 to 4 those days for team camp. So I want to take an opportunity to, come on and talk about this. I know I talked about it at the parent meeting, and the runners have heard me talk about it, but just kind of give an overview and even go a little more specific into each day, mostly for the benefit of our runners and their parents, so they know what to expect going into next week. So we'll start with talking about what the athletes are going to need for next week. So obviously they'll need running attire. We will be running, but I'm excited about this because there's a lot more than just running that's going to happen next week, which we'll see when we go over the itinerary in a little bit. They're going to need some swimming attire. They will need a towel for after swimming. Obviously, they'll want water to stay hydrated throughout the day. I would suggest bringing a post-training snack that they'll want after their run, but before lunch, and probably some sunscreen since we're going to be outside a good bit next week, and they'll want that protection. They'll want lunch plans for Monday through Wednesday. Lunch Monday through Wednesday is on their own, so they have the option to go eat somewhere. They can go home for lunch. They can bring something to school and eat at school. If they need to use a refrigerator or a microwave, they can just let me know, and I can arrange that. But they'll have about an hour each day for lunch from 11:45 to 12:45, and again, that's on their own, unsupervised. So they need to have plans ready for that. And then we're actually going to be off campus taking a trip on Thursday, so they'll need some money for lunch on Thursday. The weather next week's looking really nice so far. I mean, we know it can change, but it looks like we're going to be rain free. It's not going to be terribly hot. It looks like we maybe start off in the lower 80s early in the week, then move on to the mid 80s later on in the week. So that looks positive for us. It won't be extremely hot and humid. Good weather for the pool, so we'll be able to get that in, and good weather, it looks like, for our trip to Blue Licks later on in the week. Of course, we'll start with kind of an overview of the activities that we plan to do next week, and obviously running is going to be an aspect. Most days we'll have a run in the morning and a run in the afternoon, or a couple days we will at least. But then we'll have a lot of different things in between there. We'll have, of course, the swimming workout. We'll have strength training. We'll have some class sessions on a variety of topics, 5 different class sessions on different topics. And then, of course, team bonding time and team activities, which is a big value and benefit, I think, to this time next week that they're going to spend together. So we'll kind of move in to talk about each individual day and just kind of show you the itinerary of what we have planned. We'll start with day one. We'll get there and do our stretching, and we'll do a speed workout that morning, a little bit of a harder workout. And then around 10:15, we'll transition and travel to the pool, and the kids will change, and we'll do our swimming workout from 10:30 to 11. The pool opens at 11 to the public, so they'll have from 11 to 11:30 just to hang out at the pool, whether that's swimming or doing some of the other activities that is available at the pool. They'll have 30 minutes there of free time, basically. We'll leave the pool about 11:30 to go back to school. They'll get changed, and they'll have lunch on their own from 11:45 to 12:45. Athletes will need to be back at school and in the classroom. I believe we'll be meeting in the science lab for our first class session that'll focus on championship culture, the culture of a program. Following that, we'll transition to the weight room where Coach Crouch will be there to do some strength training with the team at 1:30. Following that, we'll transition back to the science lab, and we'll have a class session on nutrition and hydration, a session I'm really looking forward to presenting because I think that's going to be really valuable for the kids if we can get them to buy in and start working on that, working towards better eating habits. And then we'll take a little break and have another stretching session, do some hurdle work, and get in a light run before we dismiss for the day. Moving on to day two, Pretty similar setup to day one. Pretty similar schedule. We'll start with our hard run in the morning. Transition, go to the pool about 10:30. They'll have some swimming workout as well as some free time there at the pool. We'll travel back to school, and they'll have lunch on their own again that day, 11:45 to 12:45. After lunch, we'll have a first class session, which is going to focus on racing preparation and racing strategy. After that class, we'll go back to the weight room, and they'll do some more strength training with Coach Crouch. We'll transition back to the science lab and have a session geared towards planning for the athlete's future. And take another brief break, and then we'll do a light running session to end the day on Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday, day 3. The morning looks pretty similar. That's going to be our long run day this week, so just a little bit extra time there for the run. And then we'll again go to the pool, do our swimming workout, probably be a little bit shorter on Wednesday. They'll still get that 30 minutes of free swimming time or just free time there at the pool. Following the lunch break, we'll go to the probably the computer lab to do a class session on mile split, and probably actually have the kids get on mile split and do some things. Coach Crouch will do another strength training session with the team at 1:30, and then the afternoon session after that will look a little different, as we're going to do some sort of team game, team activity that will hopefully be enjoyable, but allow them to do some team building during that time, and then we'll dismiss there at 4:00. The final day of the camp on Thursday, we'll come in Thursday morning after our stretching routine and some hurdle work. We will do a light pace run on Thursday, and then around 10 o'clock approximately, we'll load the bus and we will go to Blue Licks. And the plan is we'll probably arrive around 11, and we'll start off with doing the Heritage Trail, which looks like it's a 2-mile hike, or 2.5-mile hike. We'll get some lunch there at, I believe it's called Hidden Waters Restaurant. The athletes will have a menu. I'm going to give them that the first day of camp, just so they know, kind of what their options are for lunch that day, how much money they need to bring. So we'll eat. Then we'll go do another hike. The Licking River Trail is a 1-mile trail, and then we'll load the bus to Augusta, and we should get back, right around 4:00 for dismissal. So a week, like I said, I'm looking forward to. I've tried to, obviously, research other camps. What are they doing at other camps? Try to bring that experience to our athletes, where we're able to stay home to do it, but get a lot of the same value. The time that they're going to get with their teammates. A lot of hours next week, but more than that, even is the different types of activities. This is not. Yes, this is our camp, but it's not running all day by any means. A lot of different activities that they can hopefully take and use on their own, cross training with aquatic training activities. Joey's guidance with the strength training should help us in our practices, but can also help the athletes on their own when they want to just do extra strength training. The class sessions are really valuable, and I've tried to pull in, obviously I'll be leading those, but I've tried to pull in some other people, some other high-level athletes, high-level coaches, and get them in here and on video and provide some portions of those trainings as well. So I put quite a bit of time into planning this and trying to make this a valuable experience for our team, and an experience that will improve us for this season. So I think that's going to do it. Looking forward to seeing our athletes out next week, and ready for a good week at camp, and we'll see everyone later.